Hello. Merry Christmas, New York City. What's up? Can you say Merry Christmas still in New York City? It's gonna be illegal by next year, I'm sure. We'll all be arrested. I got very little to say tonight. Nobody needs to hear from more podcasters, right? That's been a bit of a problem recently. And also, well, it's a little late in the evening for myself. This is pushing it for me and my wife, who is here tonight. My wife, who has given me 4 beautiful children in 4 years since moving to the great state of Florida. So, New York, if you want to embrace the American dream and have millions of babies, move to Florida. The sun is good for you. I'm a massive fan of New York City, mainly because of our president, Donald Trump. And I think I echo the sentiments of this entire room when I say, once again, Trump 2028, sure, why the hell not? President Trump and I first spoke when he was on the campaign trail in Iowa in 2015. I said, Mr. Trump, how are you going to win Iowa when you have no yard signs, campaign office, or door knockers? And Trump leaned in, and I will never forget this, the first thing he ever said to me. Trump leans in and goes, you like Christmas? You know Christmas? Maybe you've heard of a little something called Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. I was in that. I saved little boy. Went to the hotel, I saved him. And that's when I realized that Donald Trump thought Home Alone 2 was a documentary. And maybe he can deport the pigeon lady, finally. By that I mean Piers Morgan. Lady. I got nothing. I got nothing else. Like, they asked me if I don't know why these are up here. They asked me if I wanted a teleprompter speech. So I was like, I don't write anything. I write nothing. We don't have any speeches. There's a bunch of speeches there. These are not mine. I just wanted to say something very simply, and that's it. And then I'll get off the stage, and then I'm done. Again, none of these are mine. Boy, but somebody wrote a bunch of, like, wow, somebody was writing the Gettysburg Address up here. I want to say this about my friend Charlie Kirk, is that everyone can have a good time. What I have to say is not very important. But Charlie said that he wants to live his life for the advancement of the kingdom of Christ, the advancement of Christianity, and that's what he wants to be known for. And that's what he wants to be remembered for. And how did he do that? Well, Charlie practiced what he preached. Fall in love, get married, and have 1 million babies. And Christ center your life. And that is the way, young men and women, to unlock not only God's purpose and plan for you, but the American dream. And I know that because I live it every single day with my beautiful wife and our wonderful 4 children. And so I just want to leave you, and I want to thank, I don't know where Stefan is, but I've been sitting next to him and his fiance, and it's nothing more beautiful than that. They promised me they're gonna have millions of babies. There he is. How many kids are you gonna have, Stefan? 5, okay. Who's for 5, yes? 6, okay, that's, this is what Elon Musk said to my wife and I after Charlie Kirk's memorial. He said, have millions of babies. I was like, Elon, I can't have kids the way that you do. You know what I mean? Like, you have problems. You do it a different way than we do, but great. Plenty of apartments in Manhattan. I just wanna leave you with this. There's a lot of, like, I could stand up here and rage about communism. You guys know what's at stake. I could stand up here and rage about Zorhan Mandami. No point in that. I just want to give you uplifting because it is the Christmas season, and I want to show for everyone here some things that are going right. Because I know that we're in the middle of very toxic podcast wars right now. I want to disavow that entirely. We need to focus on our true enemy. That is exactly right, which is the leftist and the communist that wishes to destroy this nation, destroy our family, trans our kids, and to make sure that we enter a new era of darkness. And so instead of focusing on that, I would like to just bring you uplifting, and here it is. 3 very positive things that are happening right now in this country. 1, we are witnessing a current miracle right now, which is that young people are attending church and are more religious than their parents' generation. This is something that has never been seen in all of mankind. 2, young men in particular are more right-wing than their fathers. Young men are based. And what will happen there is they'll get married and women will just go back to their factory settings and we'll just have a more right-wing country. It'll be amazing. Based. And the final thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that young men and young women at a higher percentage than ever are saying that they want to start families and they want to have children. And that's the best part about it, is because that's our superpower. We're the only ones who can have children. It makes it so easy. We can defeat the left by outbreeding them. And it's the first commandment of God. The first commandment of God is go forth and multiply to Adam. God says, go make babies, go have sex. And we're the only ones that anybody ever wants to have sex with. Have you ever met a lib? They are hideous. And they're making it easy on us. They have vasectomy vans at the DNC. That was very popular. And yeah, they're cutting their own dicks off, which is very weird. And I can't explain that trend, but let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the final reason why we should be encouraged tonight is that belief in God amongst our party is at 93% of Republicans believe in God. And if you believe in God, you know the government is not God, and that is absolutely critical. For Democrats, it's only 50%, and that explains everything. And so in this rambling, nonsensical speech, let me just end by saying, I love you all. And Merry Christmas. And it is my absolute and distinct and total honor to fight with you, to save this country, to outbreed the left, and to remember Christ in this Christmas season. May God bless you. And could we all do a very Merry Christmas together? 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas. God bless you. Thank you.